Hey, how's it going, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy here, K1 Conquest. Jumping on tonight. It is Thursday, and it's Thursday night. Super long day. I didn't get to come on last night for a late night thought video because I was out celebrating a birthday party for my cousin. So it was a lot of fun. And so we've been extra busy lately. This week has been extremely busy for many of for myself and my staff, and putting things together for some big changes moving forward. So because of that, I wanted to get on here and talk. And of course, again, I talk about subjects on these late night thought videos based off of the day, based off of the week, based off of my feelings, my thoughts. So I come up with a topic on the spot, and I thought today would be perfect to talk about what to do when things get tough. All right. So that's what we're going to talk about today. If you have questions, if you have comments on the topic, please put them in the comments. Put in the comments your response, your answer. What do you do when times get tough? Do you retreat backwards? Or do you push forward to get past it? What do you do? And give us a brief description and share with us, okay? So while we wait for more people to jump on, I see a couple people have already joined. John, welcome. Derek, thank you for joining on today, sir. All right, we're talking about, do you retreat or do you move forward? Do you slow it down when things get tough, or do you push forward faster? Do you give up or do you commit more? What do you do when things get tough? Leave it in the comments and share with us a situation, a story, and I'll read it and we'll talk about it. All right. So while we're waiting for more people to join, just want to talk, introduce myself. It might be your first time here. My name is K1 Conquest, and you can follow me on any social media platform, Life of Conquest. But basically, what I do is I like to help people. And so I do videos like this to share my thoughts, to just help to gain insight, influence, and get other people's opinions. So start a conversation so that we can have a community of people being able to connect with like minds and working together to encourage success. I think this world is filled with so many people not encouraging success, where everyone's so focused on the bad things. Everyone's so focused on yesterday. Not many people are focusing on what's happening in the now, and definitely are looking toward the future. And I think that when you get involved with people like that, or too many people in your circle that are like that, it can become discouraging, and it also can be very frustrating because you feel alone. And so whatever I can do to help you not feel like that, because I know what it feels like, I've been there. Even still, I would like to grow my circle to larger numbers of like-minded people who sit in the same mindset as me, to activate in the now, live in the now, and constantly plan for the future, not looking backwards. I don't look at yesterday. People ask me all the time, well, what did you do last week? I have no idea. I have no idea what I did last week because I don't put much attention on it. Now I can go back and look at a calendar, or look at my notes, look at my journal from last week, and then remind myself and then tell you. But this current moment, I'm constantly looking forward. I'm constantly experiencing where I am, like in this moment right now. I'm experiencing this moment with you in the now. But my mind is focused on, what am I doing tomorrow? What's coming up next? Where is this video going to lead to? How are we going to keep up with the amount of content I'm producing to put it onto our YouTube page? Different things like that. So my wheels are always turning for the future. I mean, I have a calendar right here on the floor writing out the rest of our activities for the month. Like, I'm constantly focused on progression, focused on taking steps forward. Now, I'm not worried about the mishaps from yesterday. Do these things happen? Of course, is every deal that we work on successful? No. But I put my focus on the ones that are successful, and I put my focus on how to get new ones. never the ones that didn't go through. So what do you do when it gets tough for you? You know, when things get tough with your family, when things get tough, um, at your job, when things get tough with your boss, when things get tough with other coworkers, when things get tough out there on the road while you're driving, what do you do? You know, do you go to a negative dark space? Do you go to a good space? The choice is yours. And how you handle that, how you deal with it, I think is super important, and it tells a lot about your character. Okay. So saying hi to some more people jumping on here. Lucas is here. Thank you for joining us. Maria is here. Thank you for coming on board. Teddy, good to see you here. Raymond, good to see you. Jason, good to see you. All right. So, guys, thank you for coming on. I see a lot of new names. Welcome. My name is K1 Conquest. It's super awesome to see you here. All right. Let's see. We got a comment here. Troy. Troy says, good stuff. I wish I could stay up to hear it. Oh, it is late. So I do understand, Troy. You can always come back and watch the recorded version later. But thank you for coming on tonight, and thank you for your comments, okay? Why don't you go ahead and share the video, Troy, and then it'll be right there on your wall tomorrow for you to view. All right, so I just want to share a few experiences, some from my past, while we're waiting for other people to share their experiences in the comments. Let us know. What do you do? The more consensus that we get from people, I think the better it will be for viewers to learn from those experiences. So please do share them in the comments. So one of my experiences, I've had a lot of tough situations personally, through the various different businesses that I operate, from employees to customers to all different vendors, all different types of situations. And so, one I'll share with you was pretty recent. Like I said, it's hard for me to think backwards, right? So one of the situations that occurred where, basically we announced that we were going to be creating a new program for one of our companies, and there was a competitor that basically didn't feel it because it was going to put pressure on them to compete, if you will, which any great business owner knows, that you shouldn't be competing with other people. You should be focusing on yourself and pushing forward to dominate that sector. So see, already this competitor was in the wrong mindset. And so instead of worrying about what they were doing, they were looking at what we were doing and got an easy, because it was going to bring great competition for them. And so basically they reached out to us and they tried to stop us from doing an event that we were going to be having. And it was an event simply to help people understand marketing, understand sales, understand networking, understand their business, understand how to grow their business, understand how to get together with other people. But so they basically were trying to put things in, put roadblocks up, put things to stop it from happening on that date, all these crazy tactics so that they wouldn't have competition. Using all the effort and the energy that they took to try and stop us, they could have put it into something productive and positive for themselves, and it would have been better use of their time, because it didn't stop me. It didn't stop us from moving forward with our program, with our class. And so it actually, the event is sold out. Okay. It's the Conquest Business Bootcamp, and it's going to be on September 9th. And as of earlier this morning, we sold our very last ticket. So the event is sold out. The event is happening. But I mean, when you get a call like that, and then you get, calls from other people explaining to you, that, there's a discrepancy in the area, and we don't know if that should be allowed to be done because another business in the area is, they do consulting. Like, everyone should be able to work together. What I can consult on one thing is not what you can consult on another thing. So again, you should be focusing on your thing. But my point to that is, when that came to me, you immediately get almost like assaulted, you get insulted and assaulted in a way, mentally, emotionally, because you're like, whoa, like, I'm just trying to do something good, and people are trying to attack and stop that. So you can do two things when that happens. You can retreat, and you can say, well, wow, at least I tried, but hey, this is just, I didn't know it was going to turn into all this, so I give up. There's people that do that. I've never done that. I invite challenges. I invite tough decisions. I invite roadblocks and hurdles. I've always been taught that when those things appear and show themselves, that means that you're activating in the right way. You're doing the right thing, you know. Churches explain it as in, you know, when you're activating in the spirit, those demonic forces will come. All people have different ways of explaining this, but the fact of the matter is there's a balance in life. And when you're doing something good, the bad will present itself. But it's a test for you to continue to do good, to continue to push forward, to never stop. You know, if what you're doing is legal, and what you're doing is ethical, and what you're doing is helping people, and what you're doing is changing and transforming lives to be better and to understand their greatness inside, then there's no reason for you to ever pull back on that. There's no reason for you ever to stop that. You continue to push forward. That's what I believe. And so I utilize that in every aspect, in every area of everything that I do. The toughest of times, personal life, business life, I've had it all. And the reason that I continue to push forward, the reason I have built what I've built so far, the reason that I continue to dream big and move forward, is simply because I have that mindset. I have the mindset of I will continue to move forward. Okay. Matthew, thank you for coming on, sir. Good to see you. All right. So leave in the comments, guys. What do you do? Do you think people should do? Maybe someone's dealing with this right now. You know, you see these topics. It says when time gets tough, retreat or push forward. That means people have joining tonight because they can relate to that. So share with them. Let them know. What should they do? What should you do? How should you behave when times get tough? Let's talk about personal life. When times get tough in your personal life, what do you do? I've been in the craziest of times. You know, I've been in horrible relationships before. I've had personal family issues before. I've had times where I had no idea where I was living before. You know, I've had it all. And sometimes and I think in that regard too, when you don't know what roof will be over your head, that's a tough time. And I've experienced that before. But you can't stop. You can't worry about that. You can't focus on that. Yes, that's currently happening in the now, but at the same time, it's happened. And now it's the past. So now you have to move forward. You have to think forward thinking. What can I do to get out of the situation? I own up the situation. That's the now. Now I need to think forward. What can I do to get out of that situation? What can I do to change that situation? Not keep thinking back to, oh, well, it happened. Oh, I can't believe it happened to me. I never thought this would happen to me. What am I going to do? Like, the life hates me. The world hates me. God hates me. People blame everything and everybody else. Take ownership. And taking ownership is a realm of experiencing the now. When you take ownership of the situation, you're living in the now. You're saying, this is currently my situation. This is currently what's happening, and I accept it. Now I need to think forward. So I need to have forward thinking and push forward and change it. Make it better. Switch it up. Shake up the noise. But definitely don't stop. Definitely don't retreat. Definitely don't think about yesterday. Yesterday's over. It's never coming back. It doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter what happened. Okay? It's not coming back. And there's no reason to even feel bad about some things. You know, sometimes people do things and maybe it wasn't the best decision, but you get stuck on that and you start thinking, well, that wasn't the best decision. I should have said this. I should have said that. I should have called earlier. Okay, that's all wonderful hypothetical thinking, but there's nothing you can do about that now because it's over. What you can do is accept it and think how moving forward what actions you can take to either fix it, mend it, or change it, or let it go and move on. Sometimes you have to do that. Some things you just cannot change because everything doesn't just involve you. Especially if another person was involved, you have a whole nother set of somebody's emotions, a whole nother set of somebody's thinking and perspective of the situation. So sometimes you can't do anything. So you let it go and you move on. And you don't think about it anymore. That's super important. And I think a lot of people need to hear that and need to activate their lives in that way. So that's my thought on it. All right. Mary Angela, I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you for coming on. Welcome. Tay, good to see you. Thank you for coming on. All right. So a lot of you guys here, most of the names that haven't called out. So just want to give a shout out to all of you. Thank you so much for coming on here and talking with us and being a part of the late night thought videos. It is almost about midnight. So like I said, I just wanted to get on here. This wasn't going to be a long one tonight. I didn't feel it was going to be a long one. Sometimes these are long. A couple nights ago, I think it was 3 or 4 nights ago, we had a 2-hour late night thought session. Ton of engagement, so many great questions. So that was a lot of fun. It went really late. I think it went to about 3 a.m. But that's what I do. I'm here to service. I'm here to service and give back. And I'm here to answer any questions. I'm here to talk about the topic, give you my opinions, my thoughts on it. And and really, this is an open Q&A for any and everybody. So don't hesitate. Don't feel bad or anything. If you have a question, if you have a comment on a topic, send it to us. Send it here and I'll answer it. We'll talk. All right. So my final thought on the topic before we wrap this up. Again, when things get tough, and they will get tough, when things don't go the way it's planned, and that will happen, when you don't get the deal, and that will happen, when you don't make the sale, when you have someone walk out on you, when your relationship falls apart, when you have a internal conflict in your family, when you may not know where you're going to be living, when you may not know how you're going to eat tomorrow, when all these different scenarios that could occur can occur because everything is possible. The trick, the key, the hack to it is simply your thinking, your mental status, your mindset. Stay positive, always. That is what will push you through. I have a commitment that I make with myself each and every day, that I commit to being the most positive person that I know. Okay? And you see the way I word that. This isn't a competition with anybody else. I'm the most positive person that I know. If I can do that, if I can live up to that, then I know most of my decisions will be for the best, because I will make my decisions in a positive way, with positive thinking, looking with forward thinking, accepting it for what it is in the now, and never looking back at yesterday. You understand? So, have positive thinking. Ignore it all. Okay? Half of the stuff that happens in this world is just full of fluff anyways. So half the time the negative things, the bad things, the tough times are full of fluff as well. So don't put too much emphasis on it. Move forward, accept it, and figure out what you can do to push forward. Never retreat. Never give up. Never stop. If you do that, you're giving up on yourself. If you're doing it as a part of your goals, you're giving up on yourself when you retreat, when you give up, when you stop. Never do that to yourself. Stick to it. Push forward. You could be working on a diet and it's getting tough. It's tough. We know it's tough. That's why you did the diet. Because you want a result, and the results don't come without hard work. You understand? So I know it's tough. We all know it's tough. You're doing it because it was tough. Otherwise you wouldn't be doing it. So Accept that it's tough and keep pushing forward. Accept that it's tough and keep pushing forward. Absolutely. All right. So I hope that message speaks to someone tonight. If it spoke to you, share this message. Hit the share button. Let someone else, pay it forward. Okay? Because the more people that we can help, the more people that we can encourage, we can motivate. There's so many bad things going out in the world right now. So much bad news going on television, on Facebook, on Twitter. Share some positivity. Share some insight to life. Share some things that will help transform people to the better. That's what we need to be doing. Those are the type of people that I want to associate with. All right? So join our little circle, join our like-mindedness, join our group of action takers who push forward, win, and succeed. Okay? Thank you guys so much. Please, I appreciate all your likes, all your comments, and your shares as well. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best and success. And above all else, I want you to stay great.